gonna have a good day. Ain't nobody gonna cry today. And
You got something in your teeth.
all my.
Lots of stuff in
Can
your
you
teeth.
fix it?
Of the teeth.
Okay.
I don't know. Get it, suck it all out.
I'm just gonna go fix it.
I would, but I don't. That's just my OCD-ness.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
It's like spaghetti sauce.
I'm gonna go grab a drink.
Damn, I need like fall. Let's try this.
Alright.
Okay. Welcome back to our channel. It's so weird saying that. So I have so much respect for YouTubers now after starting our YouTube channel because it's a lot of freaking work. It's a whole production.
Yeah. So
lighting, the background. You have to make sure everything looks good.
We got lights over here. We got lights over here. We got lights here. We got the purple lights.
We turned our bedroom into a studio.
Feels really vulnerable too.
Yeah,
like
we're in our bedroom right now.
This is where the baby making happens.
We're about to get real.
Not that we don't have babies. We're not trying to make babies, but like only after we talk about this YouTube video and why we're not married, maybe we can consider having some children.
So a little life update. We tried to do a San Diego vlog and it didn't really work out. It was
felt like a failure.
And we honestly feel very defeated with this whole YouTube channel thing. We just need we need a little confidence boost here.
Every time we attempt to do something, we fail miserably. It's like, oh, we weren't ready for this. We don't have A roll. We don't have B roll.
Our mics are dead right now.
Right. And so it's a constant pivot because there's so many parts to this production.
Let's not forget about how awkward it feels videoing yourself in public.
Oh, just constantly having the phone out and you feel like, hey.
In your face all the time.
And we learned that you can't just be videoing anywhere without other people's consents. Like, people want to know that they're on camera. We got to get them to sign a piece of paper. Is that, excuse me.
Can I get you to sign this form, please? Okay, so let's get into this video. We're going to be talking.
But first.
Can I have a sip?
From our sponsors, High Noon. It's not.
Yes.
They did not sponsor this video, but they are sponsoring the frustration that we have when we make these videos.
I like that. So we're gonna sun sip. We're gonna have sun sips.
And we really don't even drink.
So.
Back to the scheduled programming.
Okay, so all jokes aside, whatever I say to you or you say to me, just know that we love each other very much.
It's about to get real.
We love each other. We've been through a lot together. We've seen a lot of life. So we're just going to talk. And it's like pillow talk, right? Is that what they call it?
I don't know if this is pillow talk.
This isn't pillow talk?
No, this is going to be like, are you ready to talk about some real stuff?
This is very personal. So, yeah. So we've been dating for almost 5 years.
Has it been?
It'll be 5 years in August.
It's so hard.
We went to go see my family back in Thanksgiving, and my grandma grabs my hand and she's like, Vincent, what is wrong with you? Why haven't you asked Amber to marry you yet?
And she's so subtle. Like, she is the most loving person where she's not causing any trouble. She just wants people to be happy. And it was so wild for her to come at me with this angle.
Well, you know what it was? So I told her that I thought you were going to propose in Ireland. That was August of last year. And I said, yeah, I got my nails done. I thought Vincent was going to propose. And she heard me say that. And Grandma did not like that. Let's talk about why we have not gotten engaged. We've definitely talked about marriage. I remember when we first started dating, he actually said he didn't know if he believed in marriage and the institution of marriage. And I was just like, what?
So if I'm over here questioning, I was really trying to make sure, hey, if we're going to try to do this thing for life, right? Marriage is a commitment for life. At least that's what's been programmed into me. It is so hard for human beings to just have monogamous, one monogamous.
Monotonous.
It sometimes does feel monotonous.
Monotonous.
A monogamous relationship, it can be very hard. We meet so many different people throughout our lives, and they say
You have more than one soulmate, right?
that's not what I was going to say.
Oh.
They also say that whoever they are,
Who's they? Who are you?
they also say that you are 7 different people throughout the course of your life.
So
And so who I am today, and you maybe you fell in love with me now, but like 3 persons later, I might be a whole different Vinny Two Guns.
yeah. And who I was in my early 20s is like nothing like who I am today. Okay, past relationships.
Dude, you got to understand what you do well
Mhm.
and what you don't do well within relationship to really understand how can you bring the strengths that you have built over the past relationships into ours today.
Right. But there's also insecurities. So when you're like going from all of these like long-term relationships and they keep failing one after the other, you start questioning you as a person.
Right. Like you're just kind of thinking about it and you say there is only one common denominator in every relationship that has failed, which is
Uh, yeah, and so there's insecurities with it. You're questioning whether or not you even need to be in a relationship. My dad, he's been divorced 2 times and he says he's never getting married again and he's just happy as can be. I'm a little bit like my dad, like I love my alone time. I'm a huge introvert. Maybe I need to be alone. Maybe I'm not meant to be in a relationship. So I'm like I question all of these things too. But then like I love the fact that being with Vincent, there's something about relationship, like growing with someone or having someone push you to be a better person. Like, yeah, I could live my life pretty well by myself, you know what I mean? But will I ever actually reach my full potential?
why are we not married? Vincent, why did you not get down on one knee yet? Why do you feel like it is okay to wait this long? I mean, so many different questions.
Why doesn't he believe in the institution of marriage?
If you take a look at marriage and the union of marriage, where we have 2 individuals that have to share a reality, that is one of the most difficult things that you can ever do in life.
So, some other reasons why we aren't married yet. We have $300,000 in student loan debt. So, we know that once we get engaged, comes along expenses of a wedding, honeymoon, house. There's just a lot of stuff that you have to pay for. And so we're trying to set ourselves up financially before we actually get married.
For me, what's right is that we limit as many stressors as we can, limit as many distractions. The things that we can control, let's control. And the things that we can't control, we have to allow the flow of life. If you take a look at marriage and why they fail, finances is a major part to that puzzle. And if we can avoid any of these high level stressors that we can look at and say, hey, that failed because of finances, that failed because of X, Y, and Z, then I believe that we would set ourselves up better for a more of a solid chance.
So me and Vincent are both very type A, OCD, strong, hard-headed personalities, and we don't always work the best together.
But just because we are those strong personalities and we believe that we or I am right and she does her, that makes your other partner feel that they aren't valuable, they aren't heard, that they don't have a good opinion.
This YouTube channel has really kind of forced us to work together as a team. We had anesthesia at school, which was a goal of both of ours, but we studied separately and we kind of did our own thing throughout the program. So this has been one goal that we've had to like really work together on. So I think that that's one thing that we as a couple have been trying to get better at doing before we get married, because once we get married then comes along kids, and it's not just him raising the kids or me raising the kids, it's both of us working together as a team.
Another reason why we're not married is like we kind of already live like we're married. So one of the philosophies that I have in life is to always
Try to live out the way that you want to live out.
right? The things that you want to become, try to act that way. If you want to be a happy person or have a good day, make it a good day or be like focus on happiness and choosing that. And for us to be able to get ready for marriage, we live like we're married.
I mean, we've been living together for 4 years. We lived together in anesthesia school. So that was kind of like, I don't know, wake up call, I guess, when we first started living together, because I've always lived by myself, or I had roommates, but like never had to really like live with a boyfriend or a significant other. And that took some like getting used to just being in the same space with another human all the time.
I felt like I was never alone.
Yeah.
And I love my alone time. And she's the same.
You kind of like pick and choose, not fight, but like, is it that big of a deal to bring it up? Like every time I see a long black piece of hair on the bathroom floor, I get mad, and I'm like, you know what? Just clean it up. Your hair gets everywhere.
Or I get home after a long days of work and she has a coffee cup in the sink. She has her cereal that she had never put up. The peanut butter is on the counter. The spoon with the peanut butter is still on the counter. And she never really puts it away. Like I love to lick the spoon after I get my peanut butter and I put my spoon into the dishwasher. And then I close the peanut butter and I put the peanut butter in the cupboard because it upkeeps my mental health.
Mm-hmm.
And when someone is able to disrupt some of these patterns that you have, sharing a space together and living together can be difficult.
It's like we're already married. I mean, we our bank accounts are joint. Like Dream Team Anesthesia LLC is under one bank account, and we take distributions every week when we get paid. Like we're business partners. We really are kind of tied together. So I do feel like we are married. There's just no ring. There's no piece of paper.
You know, so many men in my life has said, once we got married,
Things were
everything changed. And it's like, wait, what?
yeah.
Why would it change?
I honestly feel like nothing would be different if we were married. So we're still trying to learn each other's love languages. Like Vincent's love language is quality time and physical touch. Mine is acts of service and words of affirmation. So this whole love language thing was completely new to me before we started dating. Like I didn't even know what my love language was. And then I took the quiz, I read the book, and it really is so important to speak your partner's love language, because when your tank is empty, like there's nothing for you to give. There's nothing for you to put into the relationship. And then the more you put into my love tank, the more I'm like, okay, I can put into your love tank.
Which is a problem, right? I think that if you think about it, that is not unconditional love. That's conditional love. If you put love into my tank, I will then in turn put love into yours. And that's really not the true essence of love. Love is something that you give without expecting anything in return.
But if you're constantly giving, you feel burnt out. I feel like if there's someone in the relationship who is constantly giving, it's probably not going to work out. And I'm learning that it's like a two-way thing. It's not just Vincent's going to fill up my love tank. I have to pour into the relationship and also fill up his love tank.
But the one thing that I really learned through it all is that you give love to get love, but you can't expect love in return.
Right. So, like, what does marriage even look like to you?
Someone that makes me feel important, someone that makes me feel heard, someone that makes me feel valued, and I think someone that really is a support structure on many fronts. Supportive in your aspirations and goals, but also a support structure when you yourself aren't able to be positive in your mindset or productive in your day to day processes. Someone that's going to be your crutch in a healthy way when you're weak.
For me, I think that, like, growing up, my parents got divorced. So just knowing that I have a person, like, I have someone that's going to be there for me no matter what. Like, if I get sick, if I end up getting cancer, if I lose all my money, if, the worst possible thing in life happens to me, knowing that that person is never going to leave my side. Like, that's kind of what.
What you would want in
Yeah.
a marriage, a perfect marriage. Are you crying?
Yeah, a little bit.
Why are you crying?
I don't know, I'm getting emotional.
It's okay to cry. Why are you holding it back? Let it flow.
No, because I don't. No, move on.
Got to keep
I
the
think
makeup together.
So yeah, just like knowing that, I don't know, knowing that I'm not alone, like someone's with me. I'm dealing with like emotional stuff, anxiety, depression, my PMDD thing that I have going on. Maybe after I have kids, I like end up with postpartum depression. A lot of like I hear stories about all these dads that are absent. Like I want to know that that person's going to be with me through all of that.
Do you believe that I will be?
Yeah, I mean, like I don't think that I would still be with you if I didn't.
There's
It's just
probably
like it's scary. It's scary to like think about just things that can happen in your life. Why am I crying?
it seems like you are scared to be alone.
Yeah, I think so. Like, as much as I love to be alone, like, I love my alone time, like, knowing that, like, I still have you makes me feel secure. Not having someone there to not support me, but just having someone to lean on. Maybe I never had that growing up. Like, I never, yeah, like, my parents were there for me and stuff, but, like, maybe I just never had someone that I could lean on. And, I haven't thank God I haven't experienced a whole lot of trauma, but life is very long and like a lot of things can happen in this life and there's good and there's bad. So just going through all of it, we have like a lot of good times, but like just knowing that through even the rough times, the bad times and not so great times, like you're still gonna be there. It's easy to be in a relationship when things are good, but like what happens when, you're fighting or things aren't good and someone walks out, they leave, they give up. And that's kind of like a reservation that you've had is whether or not I was going to give up.
Yeah, like all of my relationships in the past have either I gave up or the partner gave up. And so 100% that is a huge insecurity for me is that, okay, Vince, can you get yourself to not give up on a relationship? Yes, no, maybe so. But I think that through the years, I have been able to solidify that and say, no, I know that I will not quit. But I don't have control over my partner and the choices that my partner makes. I will not quit. Will my partner quit? And there's a huge insecurity there because once I have children, once I have my legacy built, once I have a home that I have spent so much time in creating memories, once I create my tribe of little children and family generations of generations, and you choose to quit, that would be a crushing moment for me. And many people who have gone through divorce say that as a man, when you go through divorce, the post divorce experience is almost as if you're starting all over again.
With us, one thing that I have learned about our character is that we don't give up. It's not in us, it's not in our like character to quit, you know, and I don't know if that's like if that can be unhealthy, you know, if you're like constantly fighting and you don't quit, like that could also be bad.
That could be a toxic, not that that's what we do,
No,
but
right.
that could
But
be a
quit,
very
sometimes you have to know when to quit, right? Like quitting is not a sign of weakness.
like recognizing that moment in not necessarily our relationship, but in moments of life where you say, this is not for me. I'm going to respect that boundary that I have just exposed and move on or go a different route.
Yeah.
We're going we're going to shake it off because that was a very deep conversation. Okay, Bo, are you ready to shake it off? Are you shake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we're wrapping this up. Time to wrap it up. All right. So when are we gonna get married, babe?
Is what? I think that's
Answer the question.
I think that's the reason why you chose this topic.
I'm planting the seed, okay? Okay. So what is it, babe? Right time, right place. Do you want to marry me? Am I the girl for you? Am I the woman of your dreams?
Yeah, absolutely, in every way. So I really don't think it's about if I want to marry you. It's really about that feeling now for me. The feeling of it's the right time, it's the right place, this is the moment. And I've always been a fan of that, living my life in that way. Like my favorite shirt, it says making it up as I go. And I feel like you really just can't force an energy that's not supposed to be happening in the moment that we're in. I want it to be like on an island, beautiful water, blue skies, and beach, and a drink in hand, having a great time, and all
So
these different
basically,
things.
vacation. When's our next trip?
In like 2 weeks.
Too much pressure.
I gotta go. I gotta go to a
You
jewelry
gotta go.
store. And so let's wrap this up.
Make sure you guys like and subscribe. And we want to know from you. Leave some comments. Do you think that we're ready for marriage? How do you feel about the institution of marriage?
Does it really even matter?
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments. We love to read this stuff. We're trying to show up for our subscribers as often as we can and really show up for you guys because we feel that you are very important to us. We would love to have you part of the Dream Team family and get to hear from you.
I like that, the Dream Team family.
Ooh, I like the
Ooh.
ring of that. The ring. Dun dun dun. I gotta go.
Peace.